Dear Kasey Kahne, I'm aware that October 3rd you were not cleared to return to the final part of your final full-time season in NASCAR. And this is a month after that crazy ordeal that happened to you after the Darlington race. And things are starting to get a bit freaky in terms of this scenario. I know there's a lot of people who are, for good reasons and bad, saying that you should just leave NASCAR now. Either because of the fans saying they don't want you endangered if this is not a fixable thing, whatever it is. And then we have those obvious idiot trolls who say, "Hey, you just watched that." Ignore those people, because we know better. And I know you're paying attention to everything that we're all saying, but just reading it and hearing it is two different things. And if my message gets to you somehow, I think you need to hear the emotions of the fans. And because I'm not on Twitter, but I'm on YouTube, I think I'm the one that has to do that. It started a little while back when, to the best of my knowledge, this all started when you won Indianapolis. Towards the end of the race, you were cramping up and you were in pain, and you still managed to tough it out against one of my other favorites, and Brad Keselowski, for a 1-2 finish for my crew, which was pretty amazing. And in Victory Lane, and you can watch the video, I actually posted the reaction video on YouTube. One of the few races I actually did for this. I could sense your pain, and I just wanted you to rest up. And come to find out, that was just the beginning of whatever this is. Because based on what you've said, this has kept going and going and going. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. Before Darlington, you announced that 2018 would be your last full-time season. And for probably the first time ever, I actually felt peace with one of my guys retiring from NASCAR. When Bill Elliott stepped away from full-time racing in 2003, I was kind of upset about it because he was my very first racer I ever liked. And then when Andy Houston never returned after a few races in 2005, I was kind of bitter about that because his career should have gone better. And then when Johnny Benson never returned really after 2010, even though he tried to make an attempt, but sponsorship fell through for his own race team, I wasn't happy that his NASCAR career didn't end the way it did either. And it's kind of funny because a couple years after that, there was I think it was a super modified video that Johnny was in, and he was asked if he was going to return to NASCAR ever. And he felt at peace with his career, and he was happy being with his family. And I finally felt peace about that. And that's why I finally felt at peace with when you said you were going to retire. Because I knew that you weren't happy about being Hendrick's guinea pig. And anyone who wants to argue about that, come at me, because you're not going to win that argument. And it's to the point where it now looks like there were more reasons than just happiness that you were leaving. Because when the Darlington thing happened and you said you were going to sit out the next few races trying to figure out why this has been going on, that was the clue a lot of us should have gotten. Because when I heard what had happened at Darlington, talking about that you were needing a medical team halfway through that race, and that was a very hot night. at Darlington. And you were throwing up, you were dehydrated, and your heart rate was skyrocketing. I saw that message on the internet. It really freaked me out. It really did. And it made me think that had this gone on any longer, we might have even lost you. And for me, that's a scary thought. Because there's a lot of racers I've liked over the years. There's my group I call the NASCAR Dozen, which you're a part of. There's the Backup Squad, the Next Generation Squad. There's my IndyCar Trio. And right around 20 to 25 drag racers in the NHRA. So far, I've only lost 3 of them. And all 3 were pretty young. All 3, of course, to racing crashes, nothing like this. But this is kind of a freaky deal. And I just want you to know, from fans like me, that if whatever this is results in Darlington being your last race, you don't have to worry about that. You got nothing to prove to us in terms of that. Just please take care of yourself first. Don't worry about getting back in the race car right now. I know you want to because you want to go out on a high note and you don't want that Darlington memory being your last NASCAR memory. You're always welcome to come back for one-offs at any time, even if it has to be in the truck series, whose races are shorter, so that might help with your problem. Besides, the truck series is the best series in NASCAR, so why not? But anyway, with all this stuff going on, there's a lot of things that have crossed my mind in terms of your health, physically and mentally and emotionally. I saw a post from someone, one of the reporter type guys, said he did an interview with you, and he was amazed about an answer you gave about what you would change about yourself, and you said you wish you could be more happy. And thinking to all this stuff now, with what's been going on with your health, and you're not sure what's going on, none of us are sure what's going on. I just don't want you getting depressed over this. I don't want your mental health suffering as well as your physical health. There's a lot of things that are crossing my mind in terms of all this, because it's not just that kind of side of it. Because I know that after this season is done, you want to spend more time with your sprint car teams and even racing the sprint cars. And I know you're probably wondering if you're going to be even able to do that. To which I assume you could, because the sprint car racers are way shorter and there's like regular heats and stuff, and you could get your body calmed after that. But I'm probably in the minority of this. But honestly, I don't want you racing sprint cars either. And it's not because of your health now, but it's because of what potentially could happen. Because to me, sprint cars are the most dangerous form of racing today. I know in the last couple months you've lost a couple of good buddies. Jason Johnson, I think his name was. As well, what was that guy's name? In the 27, I think I think it was Greg Hobgood or something like that. I'll have to check this out, because I'm not that familiar with sprint cars compared to other people, because sprint cars is more of my dad's territory. So that's mainly his thing. See, when it comes to dirt racing, my type of dirt racing is the off-road trucks. And honestly, I feel like that if you want to continue to get that racing fix, I think that would be your best option. Would be like the off-road trucks, which have halfway brakes. You don't get out of the truck or anything. You just calm down for a little bit. And then race for, like, somewhere between 15 to 18 laps. Those races are quick, they're short, they won't endanger you with whatever's going on here. It gives you that great racing fix that you're looking for. And the thing that... Well, another thing that just came to my mind... it's kind of funny. But Greg Hodnett, that was his name. I knew it was Hod something, I just forgot. So, anyway. Back to what I was trying to say. When it comes to the shorter races, if you really want that dirt fix, then I feel like off-road trucks may be your best option. The Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, which is one of the most underrated forms of racing. And even if you want that kind of racing on pavement, you still got Robby Gordon's Stadium Super Truck Series, which is also a good one. Okay, I was right on that name too. I just had to make sure, because I didn't want to screw it up. But anyway, before you do anything with that, please make sure that whatever this is not a crazy critical thing that is pretty much unknown. And I know what a lot of people are saying. What if it's a head thing? What if it's a chest thing? What if it's a dehydration thing? It actually goes back to a video I did not too long ago when I wanted to try and figure out whether Eric McClure was truly okay or not. And I'm amazed that came out to be a 35-minute video. But anyway, one of the things that he went through was something called acute renal failure, which was a kidney issue. And someone on the internet wondered if it's a kidney issue that's going on. I assume you've done every possible test you could think of. But I don't know what kind of test would be able to check out your entire body other than a full-body MRI, if that's a thing. But anyway, if you're still not sure, I suggest trying to test every critical part of your body to try and figure this out. Whether it's something in your head, like one of those control things that does something, whether it's something with your heart, whether it's something with the kidneys, or anything like that. I just want this figured out. And also going back to me not wanting you in sprint cars, another reason is because of Tanner, your little one. Whatever this is, I just want this solved. So that you can be with him. It's also the main reason I'd rather not have you in a sprint car, so we can avoid another disaster. But that's totally up to you. I can't control what you do, but I feel like that you should just hear what a fan has to say instead of just reading it on the internet. I think you need to hear the emotion. 'Cause I am honestly freaked out about this. I'm not sure what's going on. I really don't. No one knows. If you don't, we're surely not. But I just want you to know that we just hope that you will be okay. And we do hope that you do make a return to racing, regardless of what it is. I personally prefer shorter races that are not critically dangerous all the time. Like maybe the off-road trucks, whether it be the Lucas Oil Series or Robby Gordon Series. I know you like your sprint cars, but I don't want that right now. Not just because of your health now, but because of what could potentially happen. Because of how dangerous those cars have become compared to other forms of racing. But anyway, that's all I have to say right now. Kasey, if you do read this message, I just hope that you're going to be okay. And if you can't return to NASCAR by the end of the year, thank you for everything. And don't worry about trying to come back if it's not possible. You don't have anything to prove to us. You don't have anything to prove to anyone. And you sure as heck don't have anything to prove to the trolls. I just hope that you'll be okay. That's my main concern right now. I felt like I needed to do that. I really did. But anyway, long story short, beat whatever this is. Because I want to feel at peace with you leaving NASCAR and you going out on your own terms and not because of a health issue. I've seen that too many times, that it's always ended in disaster, whether because of the illness or not. And I just want to make sure that you're going to be okay. I know I said it a billion times in this nearly 17 minutes so far video, but that's all I really want. I just want you to be okay, not only now, but for the rest of your hopefully long life. And as much as I like to see you back in racing, if it can't be in NASCAR, even in the truck series, I just don't want it to be in a sprint car either. You always got the off-road truck options. Maybe there's even something else, I don't know. But I know there's something out there for you. I just hope it's nice, good, decent, short races for your sake. And I honestly don't want it to be sprint cars. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, so I'll just end the video. But that's how emotional I am about this story. So, thank you for watching, and thank you, Kasey, if you did watch this video. And that's all I have to say. This is Ultimate 23 Dragon, and that's my final answer.